Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, and today once again we're talking about The Mandalorian Season 2. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be looking at the episode listings for Season 2 of The Mandalorian, which drops on the 30th of October. So get your diaries out, get your calendars out, it's time to fill in some dates for all 8 chapters of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Now, before we actually look at the dates themselves, I want to talk about the show. And this person who leaked the episode titles back in April has a very good track record of getting these things right. They predicted 8 different shows correctly in order. And while I have no clue what this person's source is, it's fascinating nonetheless. So without much further ado, let's go through the names of each chapter. So chapter 1 is going to be called The Search. Chapter 2 is The Confrontation. Chapter 3 is The Bounty. Chapter 4 is The Republic. Chapter 5 is The Loyalist. Chapter 6 is The Sorcerer. Chapter 7 is The Return. And Chapter 8 is The Empire. Now, what I was originally going to do is I was going to make a video where we go through predictions for what each one of these episodes may be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that up to you. You decide in the comments, because a lot of these I cannot work out just from the titles alone. And while I consider myself someone to know a lot about Star Wars, it's kind of hard to decipher exactly what the plot is, because just like in season 1, the titles are rather vague and only make sense once you understand the plot of each chapter, and once you've seen it, the title makes even more sense. And obviously the titles are very short, so the ones I could more or less kind of get something out of are chapter 1, chapter 3, and chapter 6. So let's look at these. I think chapter 1, The Search, is a very obvious plot point. I think it's going to be showing Mando and Baby Yoda searching the galaxy. Whether that's successful or unsuccessful, we're going to have to see in season 2 itself when it drops. While the title could be seen as ambiguous, I'm assuming this is the direction they're going to go in based on the finale of season 1, but it could also be a double entendre where there are 2 searches going on. There might be the search with Mando and Baby Yoda for Baby Yoda's people and his home planet, but there might be another search within the episode. Again, I'm not too sure, but that's what I hypothesize at this point. So the next one I want to look at is chapter 3, The Bounty, and I assume the bounty is going to relate perhaps to Boba Fett or Bossk. It has been confirmed more or less that we will see Bossk in The Mandalorian Season 2. A few news sources have mentioned it, and I don't see why they wouldn't include that kind of fan service. But once again, that's just a prediction. I think it's going to relate to, obviously, a bounty hunter that's going to make a cameo in the show, and why not make it Boba Fett? He's the most spoken about bounty hunter at the moment in the Star Wars fandom, especially because he's set to return in Season 2. And so finally, I want to speak about Chapter 6, The Sorcerer, and I believe, based on what a lot of people have said about this, that the Sorcerer will be Ahsoka Tano based on her force-wielding skills. The title is really, really cool, and it's a really play on Ahsoka's personality, and I do think sorcery being how a lot of the galaxy viewed the Jedi as these mythical creatures who use sorcery, especially amongst Mandalorians who were for a long time enemies of the Jedi. They saw them as sorcerers, so I think why not introduce the Jedi that we are pretty certain is going to show up in season 2. So that one will be about Ahsoka. As for the others, the confrontation, that could be between anyone. The Republic, I have no clue what they're going to do with that one. The Loyalist and the Return, the Empire. These are very vague